Hello everyone, I am here in the city of Dongguan. Actually, I don't know the towns, but I'm here in Dongguan, which is a city about an hour away from Shenzhen. I have never been here. This is my first time here, but last night I had the opportunity to come with a friend, a Chinese friend I have here, and I'm gonna go explore and see what's up in the city, see what there is to see. Come along. Alright, so yesterday I did not do any vlogging, and so I had to do a bit of a warm-up again, and here we are. I already feel the stairs starting, but that's part of living in China anyways, as a foreigner. In China, especially during COVID, there were not many foreigners around, and there's many parts of China that aren't really touristy and don't really get foreigners at all. So when they do see a foreigner, it's very surprising. And in China, they like to stare. A lot of people in the US or in other cultures might think it's rude, but here it's really just a thing of curiosity. Like they've never seen, it's like seeing an alien. I mean, in a way, in the sense that they've never seen people that aren't Chinese or aren't Asian, because maybe there's Japanese or Korean people coming, but yeah, they don't see many people from the West, very often at least. I was here for a little while yesterday at night. I went for a walk with my friend who's Chinese, and there's this really cool lake, really big, that apparently has not the headquarters, but a big branch of Huawei, which is kind of like a huge telecom company. I guess in the US it'd be the equivalent of the FANG companies, maybe Apple or something. But they do I don't know, telecommunications, SIM cards, all that stuff. But it's really interesting. I'll tell you more once we get to the lake, because it's quite unique. So apparently, that train right there that just passed by is not public transport. That train and this bridge here are Huawei's, and essentially, from what my friend was telling me yesterday, it sounds like Huawei has a lot of buildings just surrounding this lake, and the intention being that it's very quiet, very peaceful, and that it'll boost the mood of workers and I guess increase morale and such. And so they have buildings all along the lake, and apparently they have their own little metro system that takes them all around the company. So I guess rather than being a tower that goes straight up, they built really sprawled out around the lake, and they take a metro to their boss's office, I guess. Back here is some of the buildings. They have sort of a Western feel to them, Western architecture. It almost looks like a university. I was telling my friend yesterday that it looks like UC Berkeley almost, which is where I went to college. And it definitely has a Western architecture feel to it. But yeah, pretty cool. thinking maybe Huawei's onto something because this place is definitely really relaxing. I wonder if I could bump into a Huawei employee and talk to them and see what they think about working here. I was joking about that with my friend yesterday, but they're probably too busy working to run into me. In China, work culture is really intense. They have a thing called 996, which is apparently standard. It's basically the idea that you work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. So a lot of people work on their Saturdays. And I mean, it's insane. It's absurd. But apparently that's the life that a lot of people have to live here to get by. But yeah. This is apparently a 6-hour walk-ish to get around this whole lake. It has a very, what's the word? I guess complex, irregular structure. Kind of goes as an in and out and in and out, but 2 hours biking or so from what my friend said. So I don't know how much I'll walk, but let's see how far I can get. I think overall it's getting easier to film and vlog and stuff, but there definitely are still a lot of moments or periods where I'm feeling more doubtful and negative and afraid, maybe. But I mean, I'm also only 4 days in, so I'm sure this is just a start. But one of the intentions I set for myself was to be honest, so I want to still capture not just the highlights, but everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, if I can. But yeah. There aren't many places I've been to in China that are quite as quiet as this place. It's really quite relaxing and sometimes hard to come by. In Shenzhen, there's a lot of like green areas, but I mean, there's a lot of people in general. There's not much like natural beauty. Like even here, everything, I mean, you can see like behind me, everything is kind of propped up. There's a lot of like human intervention in kind of keeping it more pristine. There's often teams of workers that are picking weeds and stuff and just keeping it as, I guess, clean and not messy as they can. But I'd like to go to some places in China where it's like actually naturally just untouched. Speaking of workers, there's one behind me who is picking weeds. So there you go. Another tough part about vlogging, or like the decisions I make around vlogging, are I guess balancing what I want to share and what I want to say and show versus what people might want to watch and see and learn about. And maybe it's not even a balance at all. Maybe I should really just stick to saying everything I want to say, sharing everything I want to share about. And I think in theory that sounds right, because that would mean I enjoy it and I'm doing it for myself, and that would be the most authentic version of my content. But I guess I still get caught up in my head a bit about I guess videos being too long or filming content that people aren't as interested in and this and that. But I guess I'm not here for the highlights exactly. This place is really cool. I suppose every video is in some way a highlight reel, but I kind of want to stray away from that. I want to give a pretty good sense of what it's actually like to be here, and I like the style of kind of just filming for periods of time where it really does feel like you're here. And I think also with transitions and stuff, you kind of do get a sense of all the different things I'm seeing. But yeah. I guess in a sense, virality or getting a lot of views and all that isn't, I definitely don't want it to be the goal, but I mean, even if I want to make an impact, I do need people to see and to watch. And if I want people to see what it's like here, I guess there's nothing wrong with kind of trying to hook people in. But I don't know, it's tricky. Something I've been thinking about a lot. I guess if I think about it a little more, if I literally filmed everything, that would basically be like a live stream, which people do watch. I mean, live streaming is a huge thing. But I guess I don't want to be like short form content. I don't want to be like Mr. Beast or something. I think it's I'd probably want something in the middle where it's kind of like long form, medium form. Like it's slow pace, but you still get to see a lot of different things and get a good sense of what it's like. never really seen bamboo forests until I came to China. They're quite a very neat tree, or shoots. I don't know what they're considered, but very interesting, very pretty, very relaxing to be in. I wanted to eat at that restaurant, but they're not open. But they do have a lot of chickens here, which is quite cool. This is not something I see very often. Oh my god. Made it back to civilization. I'm gonna grab something to eat to that other place. Dojis! That other place was closed. Maybe I'll play with these dojis first. Would you look at that? There's a lot of hesitation and reluctance to pull out my camera and record comfortably because typically so far I've always recorded in more remote places, far less people, and I mean this is not Shenzhen, so there's way less people. But there's still a lot of people because that's China. And I guess maybe the way to go about this is just embrace the attention, because as a foreigner you're gonna get it anyways here. But if I wasn't staring at the camera or looking at the ground, most of the people out here that are seeing me are staring. But that's alright. That was a good push out of my comfort zone. Definitely a little tough to do there. But it's helpful to just, I guess part of vlogging that I'm finding is very helpful is that it gives you something to just kind of focus on. You actually think less about your surroundings, and I don't know. It's nice in that way. But I mean, because I'm anxious, like I wanted to buy this anyways, but I kind of felt the need to have something that kind of look like I'm showing my camera and the people I'm talking to. If I was there without this and just like straight up just vlogging, I probably would have felt a little more self-conscious. But yeah. I'm also curious if once I watch these things back, I'll notice things that I didn't see as I was watching. Because like, I'm curious if the people behind me right now were staring at me because I didn't really see. But maybe not. So this is a really cool little area. There's a sign here that says something about that you can't, I don't know, something about land regulation and I guess trying to prevent people from going in and messing with the small farms here. I think that's the case because it seems like there's like a bunch of different tiny farms and they're really pretty and there's water. It looks like there's a lot of farmers up there. I mean, a few farmers working on their little plots and stuff. But it's really cool. One lady that was working on her farm a bit back there, and then I saw her on her motorcycle coming, and she passed me. She smiled at me and she said, "Ah, 老外," which means, oh, a foreigner. And so I just said, "Ni hao, hello." But that was really, really cute. It's always fun interacting with people, and I'm hoping that through vlogging I can do more of that. But yeah, I mean, just really, really cool area here. Go ahead, Doji, go ahead. Ooh. That actually kind of got me a little spooked. I'm pretty good at dogs, but I was a little worried there. There's a guy on his bike singing very loudly, and it's quite impressive. Have a listen. He's pretty fucking good. You can't even blame him. It was a rainy evening out here, so there wasn't a whole too much more going on. So I enjoyed that huge dinner, and that was basically it for me tonight and for the day. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you next time.